Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to go into all of the audiences that you need to target on your Facebook ads. Now, maybe you're currently using Facebook ads and currently your campaigns aren't working, or maybe you're just starting off and you have no idea where to begin. Start with this list. I'm going to be including audiences not only for your prospecting top of funnel cold audiences, but also for your retargeting warm audiences so that you have all of your bases covered and you can start getting those initial sales and leads in your campaigns. This is also a great list for experienced advertisers because let's face it, our jobs are never done. We are always testing. I'm going to be starting off with my favorite interest targeting tactics for the top of funnel, which is perfect for those of you who have brand new stores and new pixels that don't have enough data for those super powerful lookalike audiences. The first interest targeting tactic I love testing out is actually creating an ad set with all of the publications that your potential customers read. If you think about it, the publications we read tell a lot about us, and the more that you include, the more that you're going to be zeroing in on your potential customer. So I always love including, where does my potential customer get the news? New York Times, Fox News, CNN, BBC. I like choosing one of those, but then I also like going into what they read for fun. So maybe I'm marketing a women's fashion brand, so I'll include Refinery 29, I'll include Vogue, I'll include Pop Sugar, but maybe they're more into science, so I'll include something like Popular Science. And if they have other interests like architecture, I'll do Architectural Home. But if you think about it, there are tons of publications out there, and a lot of them are available on Facebook ads targeting, which is why I love including it. And the more diverse your list is, the more you're actually honing in on your potential customer. I would try and keep it to at least 10 publications or more, ideally, inside this interest audience ad set. Another interest ad set I love testing out is competitors, and that includes both your aspirational and direct competitors. Now, maybe your direct competitors are small enough so that you can't actually target them on Facebook ads. That's why I include your aspirational competitors. And those are your competitors that you aspire to be like, but they have a big enough brand and following that you can target them on Facebook ads. The next ad set I love testing is compiling a list of all the brands that your potential customers spend money on. I call this the brand spending ad set. And the key here is to not just look at your competitors where your potential customers might be spending money. It's to look at all the places that they spend money. So you would look at things like, where do they spend money on food? Do they go to Whole Foods or do they go to a local co-op? Where do they spend money on their clothes? Do they go to H&M or do they go to something a little bit higher end? And then I would take a look at their specific hobbies where they are spending money. So if they do yoga, what kind of yoga clothes do they buy? What kind of equipment do they buy? The key here is to look at multiple facets of your potential customer's life and look at where they are spending money, because Facebook has this data, and the more varied you are, the more you're going to be able to hone in on your potential customer. But the key is that you're going to have their purchase data, which makes it a lot more powerful than just looking at their potential interests. I also like to create several custom avatar audiences, which is pretty much just a compilation of all of the other ad sets that we had tested, but for specific avatars. So maybe you're targeting yogis, so you're going to be looking at yoga publications, you're going to be looking at yoga competitors, but you're also going to be looking at where other places yoga people might be spending their money. Now we're going to look at the lookalike audiences you need to test in your Facebook ad campaigns. Now, lookalike audiences are the bread and butter of Facebook ads targeting. They're the most powerful targeting option tool that you have. So if you have enough data in your store and in your pixel, you definitely have to test these out. So the most obvious, but frankly most powerful lookalike you need in your Facebook ads campaign is a lookalike based on purchasers. But there's tons of ways to do this, and I recommend that you try them all. Number one, you can create a pixel purchase lookalike based on data directly from your pixel. Of course, do that. But you should also be creating a custom list from all the people who have ever purchased from your Shopify store, and then create a lookalike based on that custom list. Another lookalike I like doing off of purchasers is a new customer lookalike. So these are people who have purchased within the last 30 days. I particularly like doing this around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or other big sales, because it really opens yourself up to newer audiences. And the other one that I like to do, and you're gonna need quite a few purchases for this, are your VIP customers. These are customers with a particularly high average order value or maybe multiple customers. I would recommend taking that VIP customer list, exporting it from Shopify. But another way that you can also do this is by creating an LTV or lifetime value lookalike audience directly in Facebook ads from your pixel data, which I would also highly recommend. Another lookalike audience I always recommend trying is based on social engagers. So I tend to combine Facebook and Instagram into one lookalike audience, but if you have a particularly strong following on Instagram and then not really much on Facebook, I would just do Instagram so that you can be sure you have the highest quality list possible. If you don't have enough data to create a purchase lookalike, you can still create lookalikes based on your website visitors. And I actually do recommend this for brands that are just starting off. What I like to do is I like to create a lookalike audience based on website visitors all the way up to 180 days. And then I also like to include a lookalike audience based on the top 25% of users on the site, which is based on site time. I also like doing a lookalike audience based on users who have been to a specific product page on the website. This is probably most likely going to be a best-selling product that you have. Next, we're going to go into your retargeting audiences. Now, these are people that have already had some kind of interaction with your brand, but the reason why it is so important to set up a cohesive retargeting funnel is because 80% of people do not convert on the first touch point. So if you only get in contact with your cold audiences once, people aren't going to convert. You could make a lot more money if you took the time to also install a cohesive retargeting funnel. If this is your first time setting up a cohesive retargeting funnel, what I would do is I would go ahead and add one ad set targeting your social engagers at a time window of 365 days. And I would add another ad set for all of your website visitors up to 180 days, which is the max limit. If you're worried about targeting people with too big of a time window, I would not worry about it, because for these retargeting campaigns, you're going to be optimizing for a purchase. So if Facebook doesn't think that these people are going to purchase, they're not going to show your ad to them over and over again, as long as you keep a budget that is in line with the audience size. So in order to track that, you're going to be looking closely at the frequency. For retargeting campaigns, I like to keep my frequency at a 4 or below. So as long as you follow that guideline, you're not going to be hitting the same people up over and over again that have no interest in purchasing. Another campaign that I love to include in a retargeting funnel is a catalog sales objective campaign that contains dynamic product ads. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to retarget your potential customers with products that they've already viewed or added to cart, which is super powerful. And I go ahead and begin that campaign by retargeting those people with a 7-day window look back. So if your main goal is to get those first purchases, definitely just start off with 7, but if you start to see success there, then I would start opening it up to longer retargeting windows, such as 14, 30, 60, and all the way up to 180. If you're wondering why I have such big time windows for the retargeting campaign for social engagers and website visitors versus the dynamic product ads or catalog sales, the reason is because I've actually found a lot more success with the retargeting funnels for social media engagers and website visitors with a lot bigger time window. And I think that that is because we're much more often changing up the creative there, as opposed to the dynamic product ads. Those are most likely just going to be images of your products that are taken directly from your product catalog, so they probably have a white background and they look a little boring. So I tend to find that, we're able to get a lot more people purchasing through those other retargeting funnels using more diverse creative. But with that said, for your dynamic product ads catalog sales campaigns, go ahead and start at 7 days, but when you find success with it, go ahead and bump it up to 14, bump it up to 21 or 30, and keep on going until you find that your campaigns aren't as successful anymore. You can go up to 180 days on dynamic product ads. If you found this video helpful, please hit subscribe so that you can see all of my videos about how to make your business more successful using Facebook ads. If you have any questions about how to use Facebook or Instagram to grow your business, leave me a comment below with your question and I will create a video reply especially for your question. Okay, thanks guys.